Welcome back to Silver State Trains. I know it's been a little while since I've done a video. It's been a pretty busy month. Um, so what do we have going on here? Well, my whole family got sick, so that kept us down for about a week. And then in my area, coming out of the snow and into the nicer weather, I had a lot of irrigation and yard work to do. I built a shed. I built a garden play area for the kids, moved probably 12,000 pounds of rock. So I've been pretty busy with yard work, but it's about time I got back into this here. So a couple things. I did order. This is the Kato long engine house kit. So now I have an engine storage building, if you will, that I plan to build. Maybe I'll build this on camera, or at least partly, so you guys can see that. I don't know if this is on YouTube or not already, but I figured I'll put it on there anyhow. So this my intention is to put this building here, if it'll fit. If I trim some of the foam here if I need to, so that way I can get this area glued down. And I did buy the grout. I don't know if I have that out here. I was looking, or actually one of you viewers recommended a cheaper alternative to ballast is to use sanded grout. So I picked up a bag of sanded grout because I think I was able to pick up a bag that would be substantial enough to do my entire layout for, like, I don't know, 15 bucks. So I was going to start doing that here soon. I also have, I think it's called styrene. I picked some, I think it's called styrene from a local hobby shop. So I'm having trouble finding cement, or at least the cement that other YouTubers have recommended using. So I'm having trouble locating that right now. But I wanted to build my retaining wall here, and I finally sourced the paint that I saw online that works really good for a concrete finish. This is the Rust-Oleum chalked aged gray. Finally sourced this yesterday, so I'm going to get going on that. So I can finally start doing some scenery on this, because I'm sure you all are tired of looking at this purple edged foam and white foam, and I'm pretty tired of it as well. So I like to get that going. I think, as you did see in my previous video, I finally fixed my consisting issue, though now I have to work on speed matching. And I have acquired a few more rolling stock. I saw some sales that I just couldn't pass up, but I know many videos ago I talked about doing a comparison video of Athearn Micro Trains and Atlas 50-foot boxcars. Well, my Atlas 50-foot boxcar finally came in last week. I've been waiting, how long has it been? Almost 2 months? A month? I've kind of lost track of time, but I believe it was supposed to ship the end of March. So now, what are we now? June? So it's been a minute. But I finally got that in. I did order 3. I ended up canceling the other 2 because all 3 of them were pre-orders, so it took too long to get. And then when I finally got the Atlas car, though it's nicely constructed or whatnot, I'm not a fan of the couplers that come on it. And since I got this from Train World, I was anticipating them shipping them all at the same time, but this $17 freight car ended up being over $30 with $10 shipping, taxes, and I didn't want to do that 3 times, so I canceled those other 2. So I figured today I'll just kind of jump in doing a quick version of the comparison video that I talked about doing. I did try shooting this 2 months ago with the 2 cars that I had, the Athearn and the Micro Trains. And doing all this testing was turning out to be a very long video, so I don't want to bore you all with that. So I'm going to do a quick kind of down and dirty, quick little test on some of the stuff here so you can see, give you my thoughts and opinion. Again, I'm new to the hobby, so this is from a newer person's perspective into these freight cars. They're all nice cars. You really can't go wrong with really any of them, but this is just my perspective in the hobby, so take that with a grain of salt, if you will. But with that, let me get this set up and we'll get on with the video. All right, so jumping into this, we have the Athearn the Micro Trains, and the Atlas 50-foot box cars. So the Athearn comes with the McHenry couplers. The Micro Trains obviously come with the Micro Train couplers, and I don't know what the Atlas comes with. My packaging didn't really say anything on there, and the website did not say. So if any of you guys know that that are viewing, please let me know in the comments. But um, real quick for those new in the hobby, obviously. So I have a mixture of Kato engines, and I have one um, Athearn engine. So obviously all of my Athearn rolling stock works fabulous with my Athearn engine. The Athearns, as far as the McHenry couplers with the Kato couplers, works okay. Sometimes I can get it to actually couple up. Sometimes I have to, lift it up and kind of drop the coupler into the Kato uh, coupler to get it to work. So that's been kind of frustrating, as you've seen in some of my videos. The Micro Trains, they don't really work great with the McHenry couplers in my experience, again, being new. But the Micro Trains actually work well with the Kato couplers. So, you people that are new to the hobby here, if you're curious, the Kato, you can't really get it to hook up going slow, if you will. You kind of have to hit it a little bit, but it will actually couple up. Now, whatever coupler is on the Atlas, I cannot. Actually, let me back up, because since I last actually tested this previously, my Kato engines still had the Kato couplers. So now my Kato engines have Micro Train couplers. All of them do that. At least my freight engines, um, my passenger engines up there are still all factory. So whatever coupler is on that Atlas does not like Micro Train couplers whatsoever. I cannot get them to couple to save my life. So take that with a grain of salt, if you will. As far as the detailing, I think all three of them are very nicely detailed. You really can't go wrong there. One nice thing about the Athearns, which you do pay for, metal wheels, a little bit heavier that I've noticed, and we'll test that here in this video. So you get a little bit kind of nicer rolling stock as opposed to the Micro Trains. Everything is plastic, at least to my knowledge. Same thing with the Atlas. You got the plastic wheels, but at least with the Micro Trains, you have the nice couplers, so you're already set there. Good sales on these, which is nice. And you can also get them weathered, like you see in the background. A lot of really nice rolling stock for Micro Trains. So real quick, my favorites, if you will, I guess. I'm pretty much going to be stocking up on Athearn and Micro Trains. My Micro Trains are pretty much what I'm going to run with my Katos. And I do plan on getting another, what is that, the Athearn F45, I want to say. I want to get another one of those so I can do consisting with that. And I'm going to be running mainly Athearns with my Athearn engine there because they work really well. They're nicely detailed. There's a lot of good runner packs that you can get. And I did acquire a nice new, I don't know if you see that there in the video. What is it, a 29,000 gallon tanker from Athearn? Beautiful car, runs great. Very happy with that. I haven't really been able to find much from Micro Trains currently that I've been trying to find, but very happy with that. I want to stock up on those. But anyway, I figured I would just show you guys real fast. See if I can zoom in on this. How do they couple? So this is a Micro Trains, tester, or couple height tester. So Athearn does great, good height. Micro Trains also does great. Let's check out the Atlas. Did good out of the box. So let me reconfigure here and we'll continue. All right, one thing I was kind of curious about is to see how these all weigh kind of out of the box. Now, I know I can't really get this set up good so you can read it, but I'll read it off to you. So with these being 50-foot box cars, according to the NMRA standard, they should weigh 1 ounce. So here's the Atlas. It's coming in at 1.1 ounces, so I would say that's pretty good. I know some YouTubers that I watch, they like to actually overweigh them slightly, so at 1.1 ounces, that would be actually perfect. Here's a Micro Trains, for example, here. Micro Trains is 1 ounce on the dot. And I have a few other Micro Trains we could test out here. This Micro Trains is 1 ounce on the dot, so these are nicely weighted right out of the box. Now, oops, I did acquire a weighted box one, so let's check that one out from Micro Trains as well. That's also 1 ounce on the dot, so that's nice. I know my Athearns, some of these are some big girls here. So what do we got here? 1.4, so that's a little heavy out of the box. And I have acquired quite a few other Athearn boxcars here, so let's test them out. 1.4. 1.1, so that one's pretty perfect, I would say, but the other ones are slightly heavy. This one feels heavy in the hand. What do we got here? 1.4. These are all the Athearns again. 1.4, yeah, so a lot of the Athearns I'm finding out of the box are a little overweighted. 1.4, yeah, so I'd say on average they're about 1.4. And just because I'm curious, I don't know what this is supposed to weigh. I haven't checked the standard here, but that's coming in at 1 ounce. That's just for my own amusement, so bear with me. So, all right, so the Micro Trains and the Atlas are coming in pretty much perfectly weighted at the 1 ounce. The Athearns are coming in heavy, so just food for thought for you guys in case you were curious. All right, I have a nice run of switches here, so I'm just going to run them backwards and forward over the switches at a decent speed to see if any of them have any issues going over the switches, if they're going to derail or anything like that. So you're going to see first at the back is going to be the Atlas. Then I have 2 Athearns followed by 2 Micro Train cars. So let's just see how they do. Now, to be honest, thus far with the Micro Trains and the Athearns, I have not really experienced very much derailment yet. I'm sure my time will come. The Atlas, this is the most I've run it around. This is actually the first time I've run it around, so I don't have much experience with the Atlas yet, but so far so good. I don't see any issues going over the switches. All right, and the last test I'm going to do, this is actually a viewer request. I'm going to pretty much push the cars down my 4% grade and see which one rolls the furthest. So this is in theory testing, how well the trucks are on them, if there's any binding issues. So, the freer it is, the further it'll roll potentially, or mainly just for entertainment here. So that first car you see up there, that's the green one, is going to be the Atlas, weighing in at 1 ounce. The Athearn, which is one of the big girls, coming in at 1.4 ounces, so I'm sure that one's going to truck on down there. And then last but not least is the Micro Trains, Aqua one or whatnot, is about 1 ounce. So without further ado, let's see how they do. All right. Now it's the Athearn. I'd say it's going to be hard to beat that. Big girl's going to roll. Of course, I knock it off the track. All right, so Atlas came in last, Micro Train second, and big girl Athearn went all the way. It almost went up the 4% grade on the other side. So that was just for entertainment purposes. So I figured I would end this real fast by showing you guys how 100% factory Kato works with all three of these brands. I know I mentioned it in the beginning. I figured I would show you guys because I know watching a lot of other YouTube videos, a lot of people starting off like me. I know a lot of people are run a lot of the Kato engines. So I figured I would show you what Kato couplers, how they work with. I have Micro Trains here in the front, followed by Athearn, followed by Atlas, so you guys can see for yourself. So that way you can decide what you want to start kind of stocking up on if you're running mainly Kato engines. So it's just showing you real fast. If you try to couple slowly to Micro Trains, it doesn't really couple, as you can see. But I have found with the Micro Trains, if you give it a little more of, hold on, get a little more of a run, if you don't mind being a little mean, I find that the Micro Trains with Kato couplers actually couples. And then the Athearn, I've had mixed results. Sometimes I'll couple, so showing you here. I got to clean my track. So, doing a scale, if you will, trying to couple to it. No go. Give it a little bit of a run. See, I find it just kind of pushes it. Try it again, give it a little bit more of a run. Yeah, see? So, food for thought here. If you wanted to stock up and roll in stock here. Micro Trains works really well with Kato, as long as you don't mind being a touch mean. Let's try Atlas. Now, I actually haven't tried this yet, because when I tried to couple my Katos to the Atlas, my Katos were switched with the Micro Trains. So let's see how they do out of the box. All right. Didn't couple up. Let's take a run at her. All right. No luck. Let's try it again. All right. I got it that time. So what did this prove? I don't know. My experience, again, being a newbie, Kato plays well with Micro Trains. Kato doesn't necessarily play all that great with McHenry couplers. I have no idea what's on the Atlas, but it looks like Atlas, if you take a really good run at it, looks like it will couple up. So for those of you who have experienced frustration, there you go. The Micro Trains rolling stock works great with Kato. So with that, I promised you guys I was going to make this video. I don't know if this is quite what you guys were looking for, but I didn't want to bore you with an hour-long video. So I did a quick down and dirty comparison of Atlas, Athearn, and Micro Trains, leaving out some of the boring stuff, I hope, for your guys' entertainment. So with that, y'all have a good one, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm almost there. If you guys haven't already, please consider subscribing. It would greatly help me out. I plan on posting some more videos here soon. I want to get this guy built, so maybe it'll be my next video. But anyhow, you guys have a great one.